Well, it's Monday. I guess y'all survived the weekend. I don't know. Things were pretty quiet around here. Nobody works or anything now. Friday was a holiday, so it would have been a lot bigger and a lot louder, but, you can't get together and stuff like that. Looks like everybody's wearing a mask outside. I'm not sure now. They tell me that the figures that I get about the coronavirus down here are 2 weeks old. 2 to 3 weeks old. Well, the numbers were going up, so how does that make everything okay now? I don't understand that. I'm not figuring that one out. Anyhow, what's new and exciting? Oh, let's see. We have 2 more baby geckos running around the house. They're about an inch long. They won't make it past Wednesday because we have exterminators coming, and I can't catch the little devils. I tried to catch one tonight because Antonia was chasing it. And the big guy that we had running around, I don't know where he went. He's not around anymore. He might have just left finally. They have this tendency to take off if they can't find food or whatever, So I haven't any problem with that. So long as he's alive and healthy, it's okay. We'll get another one, and we'll get some more in a week or two. They come in this time of year. We get a lot of them, I like them. They eat the little ants and bugs that come in that we get in, And Antonio brings every kind of insect in the world in her big hairy coat. She needs a haircut. So me too, but I'm an old hippie, so I can keep my hair long. Don't bother me. Besides, I haven't got a lot of it left. Let's see. Oh yeah, something I just posted. Our allies have stated that it would be highly unlikely that the virus came from a lab. Now, Trump has been blaming the Chinese and that it came out of a laboratory in China. He blames everybody because he's stupid, he doesn't know what he's doing, and it's his only way of justifying himself. He goes around and he tells people, I didn't do it. I told you, that the little ghost figures of the Family Circle cartoon, they used to be in the papers, and it says, not me across it, because when a little boy does something, he always goes, not me. Well, that's Trump, it's not me, I didn't do it, He's right. He says he takes no responsibility, and he doesn't. He doesn't take any responsibility unless it's a good thing. He's firing everybody he can get his hands on. People. If you say anything that he doesn't agree with or that's contrary to what he says, you're fired. Now, I think that would happen in a lot of administrations. I have to give him the benefit of the doubt there. But the problem is that he's lying, and they're correcting him, and that's something you can't do. I don't know whether he really realizes he's lying, and he just thinks this is a good political scheme, and he's going to get elected again, and then all hell's going to break loose, somehow or another he's going to try and figure out his kid in there, Kushner or something like that. I think maybe, I don't know, maybe one of the girls. I really don't know. He'd like to turn it into a dynasty. I'd like to turn it into never mind, I can't say that. I get in trouble when I start saying I wish bad things on people, and the bad things start to happen to me, and I really don't want that to happen. I don't want anything to happen bad to anybody I know. If something happens to him, well, that's just the breaks of life. It isn't going to be because I wished it on him, at least not out loud. What else is going on? I've been watching a lot of old football games on ESPN. They're doing the playoffs now from last year. Kansas City still won, so I watched a game between Packers and Vikings when Favre was with the Vikings and Rodgers was with the Packers. That was pretty cool. Favre beat him, which was good. So that's interesting to do, I showed you the carving I'm working on last time. When I get to figure out how I'm going to finish it, I have to decide whether I'm going to paint it or stain it. Here's something else I do every once in a while. I do these things. I don't know. Can you see? I have trouble getting it in front of the camera. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is like a little wood burning pattern I do. You know, I do a lot of stuff with wood. You know, I got a whole bunch of tree branches over here, limbs. You know, that they got when they trimmed the trees outside. And as soon as I get done with this thing, this plaque I'm doing, I'm going to go back to doing some wood spirits on those branches and see what happens. You know. I might do another dog or two. I do human figures, little cartoon figures. I'm not good at that, you know. I don't know what the deal is with that. I have trouble trying to proportion both sides of an object when I do 3D stuff like that. Dogs, I have no problem doing them. People are a problem to me. I'm rambling again, aren't I? Jeez. I knew there was something I wanted to talk about besides that thing with the Allies talking about. Yeah. Oh, I know. One of the CNN reporters was mentioning he wanted to ask Trump, not face to face, obviously, because he'd get thrown out of the press conference, why he's so pissed off and obsessed with Obama. You know, is it because he's a black man? Is it because he's smarter than him? You know. If you tell him he's smart, Obama's smarter than him, he'll get upset because he'll start screaming that he's a certified genius and everything, you know, and that's okay because he's not. I've met certified geniuses. My brother was a certified genius. I've went to school with a few of them that are, you know, I went to school with a Sheldon Cooper. Ooh, 6 months of that, and I wanted to kill the kid, you know. But you know, that much smarter than everybody else. You know, why I ended up in the class is because I got some A's in science. You know, and they said, "Oh, you have the aptitude for science." One of the things I discovered about myself, and I know this is way off tangent, but let me just get to say it. You know what? I'll tell you another time. Anyhow, let's go back to what we were saying there, talking about this, how he's so certified genius, and he can't be wrong. You know. There's an article saying, what's he going to do when he gets off, when he gets out of office? And one thing is he was going to buy this news agency. I don't know whether it was a network network programming or something like that, some outfit anyhow. Ultra conservative, which I don't really understand the meaning of that anymore. Where, you know, he'd be out there yelling and screaming about, you know, it was a conspiracy that he lost, and he can just go on television anytime he wants and rant and rave, you know. I think if anything really good comes out of this when he gets out of office, maybe they'll close his Twitter account, you know. Although I think the white supremacists will still listen to him, you know. The evangelists, I don't understand them. They're kind of screwed up people because they're like the Trump supporters, you know. They're not rich. The church is rich. The evangelistic preachers are, you know, these are the guys that the TV personalities that have these ministries where they make millions and they supposedly do good with it. And I'm sorry, but I've never seen them do good with anything, you know, except buy a Mercedes. You know, my first experience with that kind of stuff was back in Newark, in New Jersey, in the old days, way old days, right around the time of the riots. So that would be like. Somewhere in the 60s, late 60s, 69 maybe? I don't know. I forget. Anyhow, I was 21, so 66, 67, somewhere around there. Anyhow, there used to be a reverend in Newark that would show up to church. He'd show up to church in this big black stretch limo caddy, you know, brand new. Get out of the car, and he'd have rings on his hands, and they spelled out Ike in diamonds. I-K-E, Ike, on his fingers, you know, and they were all multiple diamonds in the ring, real diamonds, okay? And he called himself the Reverend Ike, and you had to see the church, and you had to see the people. I mean, it was a storefront church, basically. It was an old, beat-up old church in Newark. I think it was a Catholic church at one time, but I think, it got burned out. The roof leaked from people shooting holes in it. It was just, he had it, actually he was on television too, Channel 13, which at the time was NJTV, before it went public television. It was the New Jersey channel, and he was on that. Oh God. And his parishioners couldn't put clean underwear on their babies, but Reverend Ike be the man. Reverend Ike needs some money, man. We got to go get him some money, let's go rob a liquor store or something. Those are the kind of people that support Trump. I have no idea why or anything else anymore. I think it's pathetic. I don't know how you guys feel about these videos because nobody's watching them. So, I don't think any of my friends watch them or anything. But that's okay. I don't mind. I'm doing it because it's fun. I get to talk about crap that I want to talk about, and then you have to. And I'm looking at me and I'm listening to me. So